I cannot seem to get my seams to match no matter what I do.
Hey guys, it's me, the Bear Quilter. All right, yeah, that is so frustrating. There are a couple of reasons why that might happen. So you're already doing like a lot of this stuff correctly, or almost everything from what I can see in your video. You're looking at it correctly, you're doing it correctly. The one thing I will say is I see that you pressed all your seams open. I know that pattern probably called for you to press all the seams open. But when I'm doing these kind of 60-degree LoneStar arrow things, I tend to not press the seams open. And the reason for that is because it's easier for me to see the seam when it's not pressed open. So I just did a couple of quick example guys here so that we can take a look at this together. Okay, so you're already pinning and matching things at about 1/4 inch down from the edge, which is correct. But what I usually try to do is make sure that I'm starting here. This front guy here is starting about 1/4 inch off. So my little corner is going to come up 1/4 inch there, and my little corner down here is going to be 1/4 inch down from that. And I'm going to look at my seams, and because I don't have them pressed open, I'm seeing my thread line there and my thread line on that side. And I'm going to use the thinnest, most narrow pins that I have, which are these little Taylor Seville magic pins. And I put it directly into this little seam guy here at about 1/4 inch down. Let me try to get a better angle on that. All right, so I have it at about 1/4 inch down there. I have my little pin going directly through that seam, and on this side it's coming directly out of the seam on that side. So it is going through both seams where the thread is directly, and that's where that top of that is going to be. I'm going to go ahead and pin the rest of these. Okay, so this little last pin is giving me a little bit of a problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this like this, and see right there is where my little matchup is going to be. So I'm putting my thumbnail on it, and I'm going to try to put my pin through without poking my other finger or drawing blood, which, you know, happens all the time. Oh, there we go. And I'm through the seam line on both sides now. And I'm using like the very thinnest pins that I can find, because the pin is bulky. The pin takes up space. All right, now, so I have about 1/4 inch extra here, about 1/4 of an inch extra down here, and I am going to come over to my machine, and I'm using my 1/4 inch walking foot here. Okay, so on my machine with my 1/4 inch walking foot, I'm going to drop the needle there, and I'm going to go kind of extra slow. And the reason I'm going to go extra slow here is because I want to make sure that I'm hitting my 1/4 inch. I also want to make sure that I'm hitting the exactly where that pin goes through. I want to make sure that I am sewing kind of directly at that point, but also all of these edges, every edge on this style of this style of cut, every single edge is a bias cut. Every single edge is a bias cut. So it's going to be really easy for me to accidentally pull or misshape or distort my fabric. And I don't want to do that. So I'm going to go extra slow, not quite that slow. I'm going to go extra slow on my sewing here. All right, so here's a little bit of a different angle where you can see what's going on. So where this pin is, where that pin goes directly through my fabric, I'm going to make sure that it is lined up to go under my needle directly. And depending on what kind of foot you have, you may be able to get as close as possible without pulling your pin out. I'm using the 1/4 inch foot that I'm using has a little blade on it, so I have to pull these needles out. a little earlier than I would like to, but since I've lined this up so well with that, I should be able to get that seam to go directly where I want it to. And I'm just going super duper slow. And I'm making sure that my little pin spot is going exactly into that channel where my needle is going to hit it. Raise that and get that under that way. Perfect. And then, I don't know if you can see it, as you come up to the end here where I'm sewing, my needle should come out almost exactly where that little point is from that quarter inch. All right, in the moment of truth, right? Did we do it? And there we go. Now, I'm using kind of thick green fabrics. It's what I had like sitting out on my table. So it's harder to see. But my points are pretty good there. You would not be able to tell necessarily if you see anything that's off. It's only off. Well, no, it's pretty good. We're pretty good. So those are my tips. I don't know if that helped.